and Rush defends his natural expansion against Dark Templar. So that sneaky little strategy not going to work out too well. But High Templar now coming out for Mini. So I think Mini's going to do some pretty early High Templar drops soon. He already has his robotics facility. And let's see if he has his shuttle yet. Don't see the shuttle or anything. There comes the shuttle, preparing for the High Templar drops. I'm wondering if Storm research is even done yet. It might be done as soon as he gets over there. It might be excellent timing from Mini. But Mini so far has not scouted the 2 o'clock position at all, and that could really come back to bite him. But he can probably assume that Rush is going to try to keep up with the macro, with the economic game. And here comes a couple of Dragoons sneaking around, sniping the probe that went up to the 9 o'clock position. So it was actually some great timing from Rush. He was like, I bet he's going to try to take that base soon. And he did. Nicely sniped. That's going to delay that 9 o'clock base even more. But here come the High Templar drops on the way. High Templar coming in with a storm over the SCVs. I was trying to see how many SCVs were taken down there, but I don't think it was too many. I think it was about 5, maybe 4 or 5 SCVs caught up in the storm that went down. Okay, let's check out how Rush is making use. About to float over for his 4th base now, which will give him a big advantage over Mini. Since Mini is just now putting down his 3rd base, yeah, Rush will be way ahead as far as economy goes. Soon, if Mini does not scout, he's going to scout this command center at least. He's going to see the command center. He's going to know what's up there. He probably just spotted the turret, which fended him off. The turret probably just the right range to take out a shuttle that tried to stay at the bottom of the map and move over. Okay, mine being laid, sniped actually by Mini's Dragoons. He's going heavy Dragoon at the moment, which will give him a lot of options as far as taking down dropship play, stuff like that. Of course, I don't think that's what Rush is going for right now, but here comes Rush trying to crawl out with a line of tanks. Trying to do that anyway. I think a High Templar might have actually been sniped there. I just saw a blue blur for a second under that one shuttle. It took me a few seconds. I was like, did I just see that? Sometimes these things happen so quickly it's hard to tell. But the Arbiter Tribunal on the way for Mini. Gonna come out there with Arbiters, which will give him the stasis he needs to fight back this gigantic tank army. But those Arbiters won't be out for a little while, and Rush is already making his way down to the 6 o'clock position, going to try to secure that 6 o'clock. The 2 o'clock position still unscouted, and I haven't seen any orange units move up to that position yet. So I don't even think... Yeah, I don't even think Mini is suspicious of anything right now. He's so devoted to his own little strategy here, pulling it off perfectly, that he probably hasn't even really done full scout of the base yet. Yeah, the observers are looking at the first-person view of Mini, and the lower right part of the map is completely blacked out. He has not gone in with an observer yet to really get the full view of things. If he did do that, he might suspect that 2 o'clock. But there's Mini trying to do some manor pylons. Gets a couple of successful ones there, but those aren't going to last too long with that tank in. Yeah, the tank going to try to snipe. The tank actually kills a couple of those SUVs with splash damage. So I don't think Rush meant to do that. Maybe should have attacked his own command center for a second with those tanks to keep them away from the pylon while he killed it with SCVs, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. Lost a few SCVs, but still with that economic boon from the 2 o'clock, it's probably not going to matter that much anyway. But I see that Mini is taking his 10 o'clock position, so they're both going to have about one half of the map soon. That'll be the 4th base for Mini, and Rush already has his 4th secured at the 6 o'clock. 2 Stargates going to start pumping Arbiters, so the Arbiters will be out, like I said, to do the stasis on all these freaking tanks that are out. Yeah, pink and purple. And that's the excellent color combination. You know, there was a guy who worked at the newspaper, just left a few months ago, that always wore these pink shirts. He was like the only guy in the office who could pull it off, I think. I would say to him, yeah, man, I can't pull off pink. Somebody's got to wear it here. And I can't. I sure can. But okay, the Arbiter getting ready to float over and possibly do a recall. The observers are looking for the clumps of troops, any troops clumped up that might be prepared for a recall. If he did research recall first before stasis, but I think stasis would give him much more maneuverability out here, allow him to pressure the front a bit more, get rid of that new base. I don't think Mini quite knows what he's up against at the moment, especially without any scouting of this 2 o'clock. And here's the first-person view of Rush. He scouted everything. He scouted the 10 o'clock position. He knows exactly how many bases that Mini has. And I think that's just what the observers were checking right there. They're like, oh yeah, that looks like he's up on things. But here come the tanks trying to get a nice seat. I think we have stasis now with the Arbiter. I'm not sure if the Arbiter is going to be in time to stasis. No, it has no energy. But here come the storms from the High Templar on the troops, but not quite enough. The tanks hold, so Rush takes the engagement right outside of his new base. Rush takes that engagement, and just now the Zealots are coming out. Could have used a lot more Zealots in that attack earlier, but Mini's going to have a very tough time fighting back Rush now. He's going to need those High Templar to deal with the tanks. He can't pump enough Zealots right now, I think. He just started up that 10 o'clock base, so it's not giving him the full benefit yet on his investment, the full return on his investment. And he just took that natural up there as well. That'll be his 5th base once that does pop up and start mining. But a huge amount of factories out now for Rush, which will give him a big strong push that he needs to make it to the natural expansion and that main, which is probably the best place to attack here in a second to get rid of the crucial tech buildings. Oh, Mind Drag into a bunch of Dragoons. 2 more gateways I see coming up inside that main for Mini. So Mini's trying to gateway up now to get the troops he needs to fight back this big push. I think he's starting to realize that this push is going to be nightmarish in size. He sees the amount of vultures, like, holy god, where are you getting all these? Completely unscouted 2 o'clock base. I don't think he scouted that yet at all. And I think that Rush, just started building his 12 o'clock as well. He's like, well, 2 o'clock did so well, hide another one. Hide another one at the 12. So some more Storm, focusing on the vultures this time, because they are probably the biggest threat, killing all of these freaking Zealots before they can even get to the tanks. So not much in the way of anti-tank anything, and yeah, Rush is just steamrolling Mini. Mini completely dumbfounded, probably. Like, God, dear God, where is he getting all these troops? So the Vultures are going to make short work of this natural expansion, even with the Arbiters, doing what they can. You tried your best, guys. So the Arbiter, we're focusing on those Vultures a bit, but the Vultures will surround that Nexus, take down the Nexus. Some more troops being pumped inside of that main, but I don't see these troops doing anything. I think they're going to be basically trapped inside this main, where Mini is going to be, I think his entire army will basically be trapped inside that main. He's probably building gateways up at that 10 o'clock position now, trying to get some more ground troops at a different location just so he can move out and do something, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Oh boy. Oh boy. So the tanks are well within range of all of those gateways inside that main, which means that'll cut Mini's production. And yeah, Mini's 9 o'clock base now in jeopardy. There's not really any way he can protect this. So having that economic advantage is really rocking it for Rush. That was a great decision to hide a base. It's so rare that you see hidden bases these days, but Rush has kind of done it a couple times recently, which is very fantasy-esque. Makes me think of Fantasy Game versus Stork in the first finals they had in Cruet, where he hid the base and then it actually didn't end up mattering at all. Yay! BM Command Center at this natural for Mini. This is a statement right here. This is, hey, you want a GG? I bet you should GG soon. Building the command center right next to that main. GG from Mini. Didn't realize Rush was a BM player. Makes me like him a little bit more. But okay, this has been Nuke. Let's move on to Group C now.